What's up, you guys? I am on the road. Just left the CHIKARA show. I am with another member of the YouTube wrestling community. I don't like calling it that, but I am with one of them. I'll give you 3 seconds to guess who it is.
Hey guys, it's me, Stone08, and I am with my good buddy Eric, and we are driving right now, heading back from a lovely evening in CHIKARA, and I'm keeping my eyes on the road. See that? My eyes on the road.
Yeah.
Eyes on the road.
Yeah. He's a good driver. He needs to do that. All right. So we arrived to the Burns Arena where CHIKARA was tonight. A little late because of traffic as the Orioles game.
Oh my God.
That was absolutely terrible. Like, lesson number one: if you are attending a wrestling show, make sure you think about this type of thing. I mean, this is the first wrestling show I've ever been to late, but you know,
man,
it's alright.
you know, the thing is, like, it was a holiday for you guys for some of us called Yom Kippur, and while Eric was heading over, I was like stuffing my face with like pork chops, which I know is a little ironic, and like bagels and lox, so I didn't make up for it. But like that took some time, and then I was like, okay, you know, we left I think around like 5:40, 5:45. It said it was an hour drive. I was like, okay, we'll get there like 6:45. We'll be there a little early, and then Pratt Street happened. And I don't think we want to talk too much about Pratt
No, let's
Street,
go to the
especially
some people. Yeah, let's go on to the review. When we walked in, CHIKARA took our tickets, and he told us that Equinox and Jimmy Olsen was starting, or had started, and for what I saw in this match, it was very, the parts we saw were good, and it seemed like the crowd was really into it, and they got the crowd, so it seems like this was a pretty good opener, and I don't think we can say anything much more than that.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for an opener. I think that there was definitely some decent heat on like Delirious though, but I don't know, Olsen's always been kind of a little bland to me, to be honest, but I think the stuff with Delirious and Aries worked pretty well, and I mean, it was fine for what it was.
Well, because of Olsen, that's why I think they gave him the Equinox gimmick, because without Delaney as his partner out, I think he is a little bland, but the stuff with the Olsen twins is out of this world. I like it. Then we had, crap, what was
the
next?
Soul Touches and Fist.
Soul Touches versus Fist. No Diamond tonight for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know why Diamond wasn't there. I wanted to see her, but you know. And versus the Soldiers, Gargano, Icarus, and Taylor. No sight of Granakuma, but maybe he's stopped being booked for CHIKARA or something, because I haven't seen him. He wasn't at the show, or no sight of him. Maybe he's going to return at Cybernetico, but this match was good for what I saw. Definitely impressed a lot out of me. Gargano fits right in with Fist. He did a great job. What are your thoughts?
The Soul Touches, that's what my thoughts are. These guys need to be, I'm hoping they're being booked more regularly in CHIKARA, because they fit very well in. They were probably one of the most over groups, I think, of the night. Up there with like Toyota and Quack. I think they were right under Toyota as the second most over group in CHIKARA, and I'm not even stretching the truth of that. They were just really over. I think they worked really well with the Baltimore crowd too. I think a lot of the people in Baltimore, definitely a lot of urban people, and I think they connected really well with that. That's just from what I noticed, but I think just the Soul Touchers are a really good fit for CHIKARA, and they can really move very well too. So, fun match, and these guys really meshed very well, and there was a lot of hot moments.
I agree. All right, just a good match. Then we get to Helios and Brody Lee. On the DVD, you're going to see maybe a streamer fly across the ring that is blue, that almost hits Brody Lee, and I was the runner through that. He looks at, and Brody Lee straight looks at me, and I'm like, "Hi, Brody." So yeah, Brody Lee is just a monster. Seeing him live, he is just so impressive, and just he is a monster truck. But with the big rig, Brody Lee is just awesome.
You know, and I love the Necro Butcher, but I feel like Brody Lee plays that like hardcore like brawling gimmick like way better than Necro. I feel like, and I'm not sure why he's not doing a lot with Ring of Honor. I think he's a very underrated talent.
He's not in Ring of Honor because he's doing DGUSA.
I guess you answered my question there. But also, Helios is mad impressive live too. I mean, this guy is oof, the flips, and I've seen him quite a few times too in the past, but he is definitely someone not to be overlooked, and I think the small man, big man match really worked well here too, and Brody dissed me, man. I was trying to high five him, and he brushed me by, and that's on the DVD too, I bet.
Yeah, that will be on the DVD. Also, I mean, I've never seen Helios live, but I've seen Ricochet live before, if some of you got what I'm saying there. And, you know, just, he's a very good high flyer. I mean, ROH could use someone like that, I mean, honestly, or Dragon Gate or somebody, you know. I definitely like that. It probably actually fits in with Dragon Gate a little better, but that's just me. Then we get to...
the four-man tag thing.
Oh, yeah, the four-way tag. Whatchamacallit? Crap.
Four-way elimination.
Sorry, I'm very tired. College can do that to you. Four-way elimination tag. Hallowicked and Frightmare versus Amasis and Ophidian, the Osirian Portal, versus Baryon, who's in the Young Lions Cup. And
who are they? Who are those green dudes with the...
Kadazma? His Oompa Loompa looking like friend?
You know what? You know, those green guys, like, when they came out, I think everyone was just like, who are these guys? Am I supposed to know these guys? People in my section, in the section I was in, were just, like, really confused. Because it was kind of weird. I mean, I felt like I was at a Kiss/Misfits concert, but like their faces instead of white were like green. Like that's what it kind of looked like to me. And who else? Who was else in that? The Unstable.
The Unstable, Vinjard, Stigma. For majority of the night, Colin Delaney and Ultramantis Black on commentary. This match was very, very good. Definitely, you can tell who the last two teams were going to be, honestly. And you can figure it out if you're a Chikara fan. But and once those two teams got in there, they tore the house down. They did a lot of awesome stuff to each other. And
yeah, they definitely stepped it up a notch. Because I felt like in the beginning when you had like those green dudes and then Stable in there, it's kind of like it was just kind of meh for me. But then like they really picked it up a notch, and you can definitely tell that from the crowd reaction. Like I kind of hope it would have just been the Osirian Portal versus Hallowicked and Frightmare, if you ask me, and just giving them that time. I think that could have been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good, but I mean, Baryon was impressive, but his friend, someone who's familiar with the indie circuit. I mean, I'm very familiar with the indie circuit, and I didn't recognize. I only recognized Baryon because he was in the Young Lions Cup, but I didn't recognize his friend at all. Kadazma, Abracadabra, I don't know his name. Or the person who works for it. If someone can tell me that, please, and I'll say thank you. Alright, then we got intermission, and for the second half of the review for the show, stay tuned for the second part, but there were things we had to cover from intermission.
Yes.
During intermission, one thing that's really cool about Chikara, it's more about having fun. During intermission, you can buy a ton of DVDs. You can go up to any wrestler, get the pictures, go up to anywhere and everywhere, it's awesome. And, I got a picture with Amasis, I got Chuck Taylor,
we got the Soul Touches.
We both got the Soul Touches. We both got Johnny Gargano.
I got my Ophidian picture, which was, I guess some could call it a little homoerotic, but I mean, when else are you gonna pose like a snake with Ophidian? I think you just gotta roll with it, and I'm comfortable with my sexuality, so.
That was okay. You also got Frightmare and Ultramantis Black.
Yeah, those guys too.
And then, is that it? We both got Jacob Emmermeyer.
Yeah, we got him. Man, that guy is funny.
He is so awesome. Like he plays his role so well. He stays in character. He's just so personal talking to him. It's happened twice now. He has made my experience better just talking to him at Chikara. And I want to go to the Philly show called The Germans, which is probably the season this 10 or 9? I don't. This is season 9.
Season 9.
Season 9 finale. I'm thinking it's going to be, and you know, I just cannot wait if I can go to that show. I mean, I probably can't because it's Philly, but you know. All right, stay tuned for part 2.